Well, welcome back, everybody. Rudy with Alpha Investments. Oh, my goodness. So, we're going to have a talk today about Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh!ing and Magic the Pokemons. So, we're going to have a talk, everybody. Today's important conversation is going to be based around the state of Magic, and it's going to be a little bit of a longer, more relaxing video. Kind of my opinion on where things are and my concerns and my anxiety towards a lot of this stuff. Yeah, so, oh my goodness, I don't even know where to start. Do you guys want to start with talking about Secret Lair? Or do you want to start about this new Jumpstart thing? I guess we'll start with the Jumpstart. That's kind of the news of this moment that everybody's all hyped up on. So immediately, the first thing, my concern when I heard about this product is, first, I like the concept. I actually think the idea of different themed boosters within the box, you can merge them and make creative decks. I think the concept is actually pretty good. Reminds me of some other product, I forgot the name of it, but I actually think that the theory behind the product is decent. So apparently this is going to be our summer set, being released around, July 1st or something? So I guess this is the fancy summer set. Now, in history of Wizards, they never go backwards on pricing. So I'm going to assume right out of the gate, this is not going to be a standard price booster box like Conspiracy or Battle Bond back in the day. I'm going to immediately assume that the higher prices are here to stay. So I'm going to assume this is going to be like Modern Horizon pricing boosters because they're bigger, they're creative, and simply put, we don't really do any cheaper products anymore. So that's my first concern, is it's going to have an inflated price point. Number two, and this is my biggest concern of all right now. We have now another booster box being released literally like 5 business days after or before. 5 business days next to another standard release. So we have Core 2021 coming out and a second booster box coming out within less than a week of each other now. This scares the living, chalupas out of me. I can't even, you guys have to understand, Core 2019 came out, and it struggled bad. Core 2020 came out, distributors had a hard time, it went off allocation early. Core sets struggle in general due to the lack of hype and excitement around them, and of course due to, they're just not the most exciting product. If you're going to be excited about a new Theros, wait, nobody's excited about that. The new Ikoria or the new Zendikar. Everybody's excited about Zendikar. You're never going to have the same feelings towards a core set as you do with a specialty set like that. And I don't know how this is going to work for Core 2021, everybody. Unless they do some super limited print run on this, and then it's going to skyrocket the price, everybody will get upset. Or if it's a WPN exclusive, so it doesn't go through the system, they don't sell as much. I don't know what they're going to do with this, but I've never seen 2 standard-looking booster boxes, or the summer set, in a regular. I can't believe we're seeing 2 full new products released now within 1 week of each other. I am just astonishingly blown away, and I think we are heading down a path of. Look. I can't keep up with the products in the pre-orders and the quantity. I am genuinely struggling to make sure I'm managing, putting my pre-orders in with different distributors, tracking the prices, and, I don't even follow the spoiler season. Can you imagine if I spent time doing that? I'd never be filming videos, and you guys would never get any content. And, there's a lot of things coming and changing with, the products, and even my own Patreon. Got to do the shameless Rudy plug. Have to shill for myself. And, just forewarning, T-minus, we're looking at about 40 days before I close all the current Patreon slots and we raise the price and there's another video coming. So, unless you want to be grandfathered in, clock is ticking. So as everybody knows, March 1st, I'm going to sell the Theros Beyond Death regular booster boxes to patrons for $79 shipped and $79.99, shipped. And, I have 1 batch coming, 3 pallets, 1,500 boxes. Because the distributors couldn't move them. It's still on allocation period. Nobody cares. And I have a lot of patrons who just simply wanted to buy some to draft, have fun, strip Magic, draft it on the weekend, have fun, and that's it, And I'm not going to carry it past that. This will be the first standard product that, due to the Patreon request, I will offer it. But after that, that is it. There's no restock. I'm going to cut it off after a week or 2 weeks or however long it takes to sell that. And that's it. I'm going to go to my goal of completing my massive position. The collector's boxes should be done. And then I'm going to move on to that. Anyways, not sorry to deviate. But the point is, moving forward, I'm going to have to start selecting which products to actually purchase and carry for the first time in probably about 5 to 10 years with Magic. It's too many. And it's to the point where I logistically and financially cannot manage it. It is just absolutely, and you're talking about someone with my, credentials and capital and finance behind me. The reality is I won't have the ability to manage large amounts of inventory on this many products. Moving forward, we're going to have to start selecting, letting all the patrons know and the public, like when you guys see box openings in this channel, we're going to have to start skipping certain products and we'll do certain ones that we feel are better. The sheer volume is just too much. There's no way to manage, and I'm not even getting the mystery boxes since, I'm not WPN, even though we joke about Rudy's WPN Goldfish. I'm actually not WPN, and that's just not a path for me because of the tournaments and the hosting and reporting to WotC, and not a fan. But if you look at the timeline, everybody, just from what we know, you have Ikoria Commander, Ikoria Collectors, Challenger decks, mystery boxes. Now, I guess this new box with the core set. The sheer volume of products is massive. And, the feedback from my own patrons in the comments on these videos is simply put, it's not that people don't like the cards. People really aren't complaining about the cards themselves. Overall, the majority, everyone's not upset with Magic. The increased price per card and the volume of products is just not sustainable. It just is what it is. It's just not sustainable at the current rate. Sorry, my allergies and coughing. I didn't want to cough all over camera, you guys. Sorry about that. It's just really, this is such a non-sustainable direction. I know something's going to change. From someone who's been in the industry for the last 20-something years dealing with cardboard, I can tell you a couple facts. When we trend in directions that are off the beaten path, or things get volatile, or we have more problems, the only thing that's certain about the uncertainty is that Wizards will make a knee-jerk change. I'm telling you all, I actually originally predicted we'd have between 5 and 10 different collector's booster boxes for the next couple of years before it's scrapped, like the Master Series. I revised it to where I thought between 5 and 8 sets will have collector's boxes before they get scrapped. After seeing this devastating impact on the Theros standard boxes, this is a major, major impact with Wizards on the gross revenue of the Theros Beyond Death. I don't care what anyone says, right out of the gates, they sold very well. Collector's boxes and standard booster boxes. About post-release, 1 to 2 weeks, it's like the floor, it's like the shoe dropped. You fell in a trap door to some creepy basement, and, it's been, I can detect the concern and anxiety and the feeling of it. And look, I'll be the first one to tell you all, I've spent over 6 figures as of right now building a position. I'm trying to get to 1,000 collector's booster boxes of the Theros Beyond Death. And, it's concerning. I have anxiety, and there's many times at this point I've thought I've probably made a big mistake. Only time will tell. I'll offer some to the patrons and everything, but I want to keep at least a 400 or 500 position, just like I did with Throne. But it is concerning, because I'm concerned that, maybe it's the wrong decision. Maybe I'm going to lose my butt, maybe me selling it to the patrons and it's just going to keep falling to zero and it's all going to be worthless. That's a real risk for me and anybody else who buys them, and for all of us together. The increased print run on the Theros Beyond Death collector's boxes was almost a death sentence for the regular Theros boxes. It truly was far more devastating than anyone at the distributor, store, or Wizards level could have imagined. And for those of you who aren't aware, the way this works is, without getting into print run details, Let me just explain it this way. Wizards releases a new set like Theros Beyond Death. They're going to print, I don't know, so many 5,000, 10,000 booster boxes for the release wave and during allocation, and they're going to slow drip restocks for the first 30, 60 to 90 days. After that, let's say they do restocks and reprints. They actually reprint standard sets in large batches through Card of Monday. Whether it's a location in Japan, a location in Belgium, location in Texas, whatever it is, and the location is indifferent. The point is, Wizards orders restocks of standard product in large batches. And that's how they run the print run. Now it's people call that printed demand, but it is, but it isn't, because they don't just endlessly print every time they sell a box. They print in huge waves, and whether they make the decision to reprint another 20,000 booster box run or something is going to be dictated on how old the product is, how many new products are coming, how backed up are the printers, and of course, how old is the product cycling out of standard? Is there still demand for it? Now, this particular scenario that we're all in with Theros Beyond Death standard boxes, the collector boxes are done. There's no more coming. They're not reprinting anymore. Now, actually, by the way, I've been receiving messages from some people overseas, non-United States, that they're canceling collector's boxes completely for certain countries around the world for Ikoria. So that was a huge thing. I can't confirm that, but I got a couple messages on that. I thought that was interesting. Don't know if it's true. But, a sign of the shifting tone and just the overall, just the demeanor of the market and the feedback. So what I see happening here is this Theros Beyond Death standard boxes, these things you're not going to see massive reprints to the point where they cut it off one day like Dominaria had, or Ravnica sets, or War of the Spark, where it just kept selling amazing. Theros isn't going to have that. We are looking at such a bad selling product. Excuse me. This is such a bad selling product that, there's not going to be massive restocks floating through the system. I'd be surprised how many restocks, if they even do more than one reprint restock for the life of the product, unless something changes. Distributors are so skittish on this product right now, they're not even stocking a lot of it unless you want to do like a special order and you want to take the risk and wait or something. I mean, the stock levels, everybody is super, super duper anxiety, nervous on everything right now. And so back to the original point of the video. With this new product, I already forgot the name of it, the merging of the two theme thing, I already forgot the name of it. Coming out at the same time of the core set, I don't know how this is going to work, because now I feel like the core set is going to get just obliterated. I'm assuming there's no core set collector's box, by the way. We're going to go with that. But this thing's going to get obliterated. The core sets have struggled the last 2 years in a row, and now you're going to do a dual release. I don't understand how this can work. I don't understand. Like, I'm seeing, like, the people who buying boxes from me, I'm getting the same quantity of orders. Like, the same amount of people who I'm dealing with out all local stores and businesses I have ownership in, online, patrons who are placing orders, eBay, I'm seeing the same quantity of orders, but the amount of product purchased per order is declining. And it's straight up wallet fatigue. Don't BS yourself. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to pretend like it's kosher and everything's great. It's not. People are choosing, well, I'll get one box. I want to at least have a box or try this product. Or I want to at least try this set. People aren't buying the quantity that they used to, which is going to lay the groundwork for some very strange future price behavior on this massive amount of products that there's no way, even myself as an evil investor, I cannot build positions in this many products. It is too much. It is way too much. I can't do it. I'm going to have to be more selective and just skip and go every other or something. I mean, the Commander products. How many Commander sets? And look at the size of the packaging. I made the video showing you guys a room full of like Commander 2019 because I'm the only idiot who bought Commander 2019 apparently. And you can't. How do you have this many Brawl decks? Commander, Ikoria Commander, Zendikar Commander, it is just so much. It is not realistically sustainable. Something's gonna give. And usually in these scenarios, it doesn't end well for anybody involved. And I'm telling you all, I hope they understand what they're doing. Maybe somebody will watch the video, but I'm telling you, we are going down a path that is risky. And then now you sprinkle on secret layers. I'm waiting for the next announcement for another 5-10 secret layers within the next 2 weeks. It's coming. I'm sure it is. You know, I don't know how this is going to work. Honestly, I'm not saying this stuff's not going to be worth money in the future, but I'm saying it's just not that realistic. And you know what? Maybe it's just not for me. Isn't that what Wizard says? Maybe this just isn't a product for me. Maybe it's just not a product for most of us. That's all I got. Go ahead.